Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. And boy, this is a week where we could be doing a lot of that. I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. This broadcast is what it is because you guys are here making it that way. And so I just want to say good morning to Frank and Lauren, Amanda, Shauna, Brenda Jean. It is good to see you guys here this morning as we convene together to really improve our own internal monologues. We're going to be working with one of my I am cards today. Each and every one of these cards has a positive affirmation on it, beautiful things that we can say in order to really reveal the truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is a multifaceted thing. This is not merely a show where we say positive stuff and hope for the best outcomes. This is a show where we dedicate ourselves to the long-term goal and the long-term process of completely changing the way that our internal monologues work so that we can change the way that we behave, so we can change our actions. And as we engage in different actions, we have different outcomes, which give us different opportunities, which then gives us the opportunity to have different actions again. So I'm going to pull a card off the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on that card. And what I'd like for you to do is to say out loud, I am that affirmation. And as we affirm these things, we get to hear them. So we're going to say them, we're going to write them down, and we're going to share them with each other. And then we're going to share them with the world. So let's begin by saying that today, I am bright. I am bright. My creativity illuminates the way forward. So I am bright. My creativity illuminates the way forward. Are you bright? You are bright. Your creativity illuminates the way forward. I'm going to write that down in the comments and make it more real for myself. Good morning there, Dennis. I am bright. My creativity illuminates the way forward. And when I made these cards, I wasn't really sure as to, I'm never really sure as to how they're going to shake out, how they're going to impact me when they when they actually get pulled up. And the I am bright card, and I certainly didn't expect that I would be in a place of such darkness when this card came up. And you guys are probably all well aware by now of the incredible natural disaster unfolding on Maui. And I'm looking at the pictures from my friends, and I have gotten in contact with all of my friends save one, and I'm sincerely hoping for the best for her. But then here comes this I am bright card, and I was like, well, how can I be that bright sunshiny person? And I realized that my job wasn't necessarily to be sunshiny today, but it was to be bright. And my creativity illuminates the way forward. And what can I do? What can I do to help the victims of an incredible natural disaster? And what can I do to help my friends and the people who I love who are affected? And I realized that the best way for me to do it, besides sending monetary aid and whatnot, certainly not going over there. That's not going to help anybody. But the way that I can really help is to use my creativity to spread awareness of the fact that this stuff happened, and I can illuminate the way forward in my own life by recognizing that get cataclysmic events like this, while they are absolutely horrible, are also an opportunity to rebuild. And boy, there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done. And so my creativity illuminates the way forward. And all of ours does. I mean, there's a lot of people who are going to have to create a lot of stuff in order for the island that I love to be back to where it will never be back to where it used to be. It can't be. It's but there has to be a way forward. And so in order for us to really make a plan to move forward in a way that honors the people and the place and the history and the culture, much of which was lost. So I am bright. My creativity illuminates the way forward. And this card is it's really a wake up call for a lot of people. But it's our permission slip. It's our permission slip to be creative and to be that bright spot and to be that, to be that creative force in the world and to remake this world in our own image, even as the world becomes, even as the world is sometimes destroyed by forces that are so much bigger than we could ever think to control or predict. Our creativity is what drives all human progress, and our creativity is the expression of human potential. And so we can't help but illuminate the way forward when we create. It's so important to create. It's so important to express our ideas in the world, to get other people on board with the ideas, and to really follow through with them. And as we do that, we are once again remaking this world in our own image. It's going to be interesting. This is Friday, so happy Friday to you. It's going to be interesting to go back over the cards for the week, as I typically do, and just kind of like see what happens. To see what is going on in our week in light of major world events. Robert says, for the phoenix to be reborn strong, beautiful, and powerful, it was first burnt to ashes. Yeah, absolutely, it is. And the imagery of the phoenix is very, very powerful. And ultimately, sometimes when things have to be completely destroyed in order for them to be rebuilt, and if they're rebuilt better, it's because we intentionally rebuild them better. So we started our week with the I Am Vibrant card, and we recognize that we radiate energy in life, and we do radiate that energy in life. And as we went through our week, that's something that I had to do. I had to radiate energy in life. I felt so depressed this week and so in shock that I didn't entirely know what to do. And so I figured that the best way to keep on was just to keep on keeping on, and just continue to go through the motions of life until I could radiate that energy. On Tuesday, we talked about the I Am Cooperative and how we contribute to worthy efforts. And little did I know that I would be served up a worthy effort the very next day, a worthy effort that I could contribute to in my small way. On Wednesday, we talked about being motivational, how our enthusiasm inspires action, and how the things that we're excited about inspire action in other people. Just like one domino falls and it takes down a whole bunch of other ones, that's the way that our enthusiasm works. So on Thursday, we talked about being patient and how we act when the time is right. And I and a whole bunch of other people were challenged, on Wednesday and Thursday to be patient through a lot of things that we didn't want to be patient through. I wanted information. I wanted it now. And lots of other people, they wanted to go back to their homes. They wanted that now. They wanted to go see what was left of their homes, and they wanted it now. And yet at the same time, it's very dangerous to go back into disaster areas. And there's many things there that you probably don't want to see. And so we do act when the time is right. And so it's important to know that there are times in life where we are to immediately act because the time is right. And then there are other times in life where we are to sit back and take stock and recognize what our role is in all of it. And finally, we ended the week with the I Am Bright card, and then our creativity illuminates the way forward. And there's going to be a lot of people who are applying their creativity to illuminate the way forward. And it's really important for us to step up when it's important for us to step up during these very dark times, and make sure that we are the ones who are applying our creativity as well, because somebody is going to create something in order to illuminate the way forward. And why not be us? Why not be people who are emotionally and mentally well developed? All of this goes to our awesome Saturday card, which, as always, is that we are awesome and that we recognize our inherent value and worth. Whatever happens in life, whether we can control it or not, whatever happens to us and whatever happens to our friends, we have to recognize that we are inherently valuable and worthy of being here. And having that self-esteem permits us to and empowers us to even think that we can make a difference, to think that we are here for a purpose, that our lives really do mean something. and I am firmly convinced that I am here for a purpose, and I recognize my inherent value and worth in it. So that's the card reading for this week, and I want to thank you guys all for being here and really going through it with me. And thank you. If you have any ability to help the folks on Maui, I encourage you to do that. The town of Lahaina is a cinder. It's an ash pile right now, and that it's going to be years. It's going to be years for them to rebuild that stuff. But the help that you can provide is going to help the people now. There are people who have needs right now: food, clothing, shelter needs right now. I'm honored and blessed and incredibly fortunate to live in a place where my food, clothing, and shelter needs are taken care of in such abundance that I don't even know what to do. I don't even consider those three needs. But there are folks who I know who have none of those things, and anything that you can do helps. Anyway, I want to say thank you again for being here. Good morning to you, Frank and Lauren and Amanda, Shauna, Dennis. It is good to have you guys here. It is nice to see you here, Grant and Robert. And it's just good to see you guys. Thank you for being here and for really supporting me through this. I love you and care about you. I will see you on Sunday, where we'll go through 5 new cards and see what the week ahead brings. Until then, I have a whole bunch of contacting people to do and continuing to look for that one person that I haven't yet been able to get in contact with. But as they restore electricity and cell phone service and internet and that sort of stuff, it becomes easier to get in touch with these people. So I'm very grateful and patient as I wait for news. So I will talk to you guys later. And good morning to you, Val. Aloha from paradise.